So if you wanna be okay, I'm back. And if you wanna go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Hey, 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 hey. What's up? Welcome to my channel again. So I'm coming to you from my desk in my little work area. I actually just wanted to come and talk about when I was in Target, because a good sis loves Target. And so when I was in Target, I thought, because I'm an avid reader, that I needed a few more books to add to my collection. So when I got into the book section, I got really, really excited. And so here are, let me see how many, 1, 2, 3, 5. So I got 5 books today. It might take me a little while to read them, but it's okay. Just a little backstory. I love to read, and this is just a time of self-development, right? We cannot go too wrong with developing ourselves. And so what better way to do that by reading? I know a lot of people like audiobooks. That's not really my thing. I am more visual anyway. So, I had to pick up a few books. And so my first book is probably my favorite one, would be this one. And so I hate that Target put the sticker, whatever. But Kobe Bryant, rest in complete heaven. Just him and that Mamba mentality. I just kind of feel whenever you're in a grinding season, you need to remember your why. And so I'm just super excited to dig into, and I'll kind of if y'all like it, I can give y'all reviews so that y'all can go and get the book. So that was that one. And my next one, which this one I almost didn't buy. And the reason because is that I felt like it was almost like a personal hit on myself. Cause this is something that I need to work on to, just as far as my development. I almost didn't get it, but it's here: Setting Boundaries and Finding Peace. So setting boundaries, find peace. One of the things that I really, really struggle with is setting the correct boundaries, right? I know that for me, I've always struggled with being a yes man or girl, whatever. I don't know. I would just say yes all the time, but then I would be stuck looking crazy because I'm like, I've already said yes to something, but then I have so much anxiety because I said yes when I knew I should have set my boundaries. So this one I almost didn't buy because I was like, wait a minute, hold up. Is this a personal hit? Did they write this book for me? They should have just put set boundaries, find peace, Olivia. Okay, that's what they should have put, right? So I'm super excited to dig in because this book, when I was kind of doing a look through, I saw that it gives you different situations, how to set boundaries with your time, how to set boundaries with your family members, how to set boundaries, I don't know, with your mate. So I think that this is going to be super helpful. And so the author is Nedra Glover Tawwab, I want to say. So I love the colors. This really drew, before I even read the words, it kind of drew me to this book. So that was that one. This next book coming up, I really love this actress and comedian. Gives me a little Issa Rae vibes too. I love, just being unique and accepting just who you are just as a whole. And it is by Yvonne Orji. Bamboozled by Jesus. And so I think this book, because I actually saw that she did an interview. And so when she did the interview, she talked about just how, she entered into the business. This is not something that she necessarily had planned, but I think it just kind of chronicles how, the life that she had planned, that obviously didn't work out. What she's doing now is what, you know, is a part of her destiny and her purpose. So I think that that's like really, really dope. So I'm like excited to read that. And this next one is actually not a book, but I do have Michelle Obama's Becoming book. And this is also just like a guide. It's like a guide for you to kind of answer like prompts in it that goes along with the book. I actually have the book as well as the teenage version of the book because I'm working on, you know, working with youth and developing this book club with youth. And so I kind of have to, before I give, you know, any kid a book, I need to read through it to make sure that, you know, the topics that we're trying to cover is gonna hit, right? So that was that one. And this last one is by Sarah Jakes Roberts, and that's Woman Evolve. And I this was almost one that I almost put back as well, but then when I actually started to kind of do a look through and kind of look into it, I said, oh wow, like I really feel like I need these gems that are in here. And this is all about just being a woman and accepting that, you know, we're not always going to be in a season of like, wow, I'm like enjoying this season. Like some seasons are going to be really hard as a woman because we carry so many titles, right? And so, you know, I'm like super excited. And I honestly don't even know which one I'm going to read first, but I'm the type of person where I can't really say, hey, I'm going to read Woman Evolve and then I'm going to switch over and read. Like, it's almost like I kind of read them as like in like a paralleled like measure. Like, so I may read a chapter here or I may read a few pages there and then I may pick up something else, because when you kind of get hit with a gem in a book, you're like, okay, let me write this down, but let me get to the next book. So that was my Target run. An honorable mention that I did not buy today, but it was Cicely Tyson's book. And the reason why I didn't buy it today is because I feel like certain books are meant for certain seasons. So once I finish these, I feel like I didn't want to grab like her book and all of these gems that are in the book, but then I did not want to overload myself with reading all of this. I do feel like Cicely Tyson's book should be read as a standalone, you know, just story, right? I shouldn't read it with anything else. So, you know, that's that. Those are the books that I got. I'm like super excited. I'm all about self-development. Tell me, what books are y'all reading? Like, I want to know. Like, I'm not necessarily, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I like to read certain stories, like fictional stories, or I like to read nonfiction, you know, whatever the case may be. These are obviously considered nonfiction, like, you know what I'm saying? But for me, I'm not necessarily I don't have to have a story and a mystery. I don't necessarily like to read those type of stories. I will. I'm more of like self-help, lifestyle, and development. And so tell me, what y'all reading? Because I need some new recommendations. Peace. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share, okay? I am building and I am loving the process of starting from the bottom, because like a year from now, I'm going to see where we are. Deuces. Somebody, and if you want to go...